Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Today's video is all about being creative. So each month I host a collaboration challenge called Be Creative, and then every month has a different word. This is July of 2022 and the word of the month is history. So when you're finished watching my video, I hope you go check out all the other creators by using the hashtag #BeCreativeHistory to see what everybody else came up with this month. So history is very broad, and it took me a while to pinpoint exactly what I wanted to do. And since I love to work with seashells, I thought, you know what? I'm going to do some investigating on the history of jewelry, particularly in the area where I grew up along the east coast of Florida. So as I searched the internet, I came across the name of a group of people that lived along the coast of eastern Florida, specifically from about the Cape Canaveral area, along the Indian River, through Brevard County, Indian River County, and St. Lucie County. I actually grew up in Brevard County and in the Cape Canaveral Cocoa Beach area, so this was perfect. These people, they were the Ais, and you can either spell it A-I-S or A-Y-S. And they were very populous. This was about 2000 BC that you could find them. And it was kind of interesting to learn about these people. So you're probably wondering, how in the world do we know about a group of people that lived 2000 BC? Well, there was a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Dickinson, and he was actually shipwrecked along the coast in about 1696. And these Native Americans, they said they captured him, but I like to think maybe they probably rescued them. And he was able to spend several weeks with them and learned about their culture. And he kept some journals on this. And you know, I am a journal keeper, and I get so excited when journals like this are found. This is why it's so important to keep a journal. You may think it's boring right now, but I mean, hundreds of years later, it's going to be very interesting to the posterity that comes about. But anyway, back to the Ais people. Their homes were built of poles that they had put into the ground, and they made an arch with palmetto thatching over the top. And they were mostly hunters, gatherers, and fishermen. They were not farmers. They ate from things that they were able to get from the ocean or the river. And they also ate deer and then small game like raccoon, possum, rabbits. And the things that they gathered were different kinds of berries, sea grapes, cocoa plums, sea oats, palm berries. And the men, they dressed in breechcloth, and the women, they're thinking they possibly had skins from animals that they used for their clothing. And they did wear a lot of ornaments. So this would be your jewelry. And the jewelry were mostly made of seashells that they found, bones, and other things in that area. But I wanted to show you some of the seashells that are very common along the Space Coast of Florida. And I make a lot of jewelry with these. A lot of them have natural holes, which is great. Things like this, I bet they may have even used this, maybe something like this, not for jewelry necessarily, but maybe to cut something or as a tool. And you know, I could even see maybe somebody wearing this as a piece of jewelry and also using it as a tool. That's just me thinking that, but it makes sense. So the way they, more than likely, the way that they strung their jewelry together was using sinew, which probably came from the backstrap of deer or some other animals. All animals have sinew of some sort. And I know hemp it did not originate in this area. It originated, I believe, in Central Asia. But I bet there were probably some plants in the area that they could use, like you could hemp. just to kind of give you an example of what something like that might look like, I actually made this necklace and I wore it to the beach, my beach trip, like every day, and just crocheted, I did a chain stitch and hung this seashell with the natural hole. And this was probably a lot like what maybe a lot of the Native Americans made that lived along the coastal areas. By the way, the name of the Indian River back at the time, they called it Rio de Ais. So it's River of the Ais. Now something else that you might see them wear are feathers. And now this is very much modernized with the metal and all. And of course, this is not a tooth. This is a howlite carved into a tooth shape. But they may have taken a tooth and made some beads out of wood and taken a nice pretty feather that they found and used sinew or made some type of leather string and put it together to wear. Something else that they may have done is taken some of these shells and made little chip beads out of them and then just strung them on a piece of sinew or some other fiber. See if I can get these to fit on here. I think I can. How about that? Can make ourselves a little necklace here. Let me string some of these up here. It's going to take a little while because my some of the holes are not big enough. So let me put a few on here and then I'll come back and we'll put a seashell on there. So I took some of these little shell chips, about 15 on each side, and strung them onto, this is hemp, but I'm pretending it's maybe a fiber that they had made from maybe a palm tree or some other plant that is in the area of where they lived. And then I took the ends and put it up through the natural hole, and then I'm just going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to tie an overhand knot because I don't want these to be separated. I want them to be together. Let's see if I can get all these together. All right, so I finished my little Native American inspired necklace that probably the Ais people along the space coast of Florida back in 2000 BC made and wore. As time goes on, these fibers will weather and they will look a lot better. But let me put the necklace on for you and I'll show you what it looks like. And here's what it looks like on. Just really easy to put on over the head and hang it and wear it like that. So you're probably wondering, well, what happened to these people? How come we don't hear about them? Well, it's kind of a sad story. So after Jonathan Dickinson had shipwrecked in that area, soon afterwards, people from Europe and other areas started coming into this area of Florida and settling. And we had some bad people come and take some of these, the Ais people, and sold them into slavery. And a lot of disease got them too. And by what was it? I wrote it down. By 1760, they were gone. It's really sad. But I'm really glad that we do have a little bit of information about them from somebody who kept a journal. And from what I understand, there is actually a little museum in Brevard County that features these people, the Ais people. And next time I go visit my family, I'm going to go check that out. But in the meantime, I hope you go check out all the other participants of this Be Creative Challenge. Like I said, just use hashtag Be Creative History. And thanks for joining me today. Y'all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.